I'm Karen Miller with BillingsWorks, and this is your Employee Engagement Through Change mini-series. Today, we are super lucky to have Shelli Mann, the General Manager of the Boot Hill Inn and Suites, and I also still have Zen Perry and Karen Gross joining me to really just talk about how our community leaders continuing to keep their teams engaged right now during this time of change, and how are we staying productive as a community and as a business. So Shelli, thank you so much for joining us. We are so excited to have you. I'm really going to just turn it over and let you take it away and talk a little bit about what have you been doing with your team right now to keep everybody productive.
Thank you. I am very fortunate to have worked at the hotel for 20 years now here at the Boot Hill. And so I have a wonderful relationship with the staff here. Many of us have been together for 10, 12, 13 years. One of the challenges that I have here at the Boot Hill Inn is I have such a wide range of people, everything from the young college student who is working part-time to the older housekeeper who is illiterate. And so one size does not fit all for engaging the employees here at the Boot Hill Inn. When the pandemic first hit and our business tanked, we did have to lay off the majority of our staff. And that was very difficult. And I found that the memos, the general information letters just wasn't cutting it. I had to make the effort to personally contact these employees, and so while some of them did prefer that electronic communication, I did find that the majority of them wanted to talk to me. They wanted to have me on the phone, or they wanted to be here in the office 6 feet apart with our masks on, to ask me what was going to happen to them. And so it was important that I took the time, and we can all relate that it can be very frustrating, annoying to leave an office door open. Now, this is when the employees were back. I digress. So anyway, while the employees were still gone, I took their phone calls, and something that I did that I thought, oh gosh, this is no big deal. I have time. I wrote notes to all of my employees that were laid off. Again, smaller hotel, we average about 30 employees. So I only was having to write about 20 notes. So it's not as bad as it sounds. But personal notes directed specifically to them, and then in the mail with an old-fashioned stamp. I didn't think anything of it. Oh, and I included a Billings Strong clean that they could put on their car, on their window. It was surprising what a big deal that was to some of the employees. And I felt good that I had done something that touched them, that spoke to them. So anyway, we did get the PPP loan here at the Boot Hill Inn. And so once that money came through, boom, we had to get those employees back. The majority of them did come right back. Some of them griped about it because of this extra money they're getting through unemployment. It was difficult to say, come back, work for the hotel, you're gonna make less money, but we need you. And so to sell that was tough. And again, one size didn't fit all. So we called these employees back to work, and with all their concerns, you know, we are a hotel, we have people traveling. We were taking only essential business at that time, but it still created a concern for the housekeepers especially. So I sat down with them and with the housekeeping management staff, and we had the information from the CDC, and we had figured out how long does a germ live on this and this and this. And then we took actions to keep the staff safe. That's where I get to that open door thing. And so it is difficult sometimes to get my work done when I keep this open door policy. And sometimes it's to hear the 110th cat story. And in my head, I'm just going, oh, come on, I need to get this report done. But if I really wanted to engage my employee, I needed to be willing to stop typing while I'm looking off to the side and focus on that employee and listen to that story. Now, with that said, I could listen to the story and then say, ah, that is amazing. You know what? I got to get this report done. And then, but I did spend the time to listen to them. There were times an employee would come in to show me a picture. And one case in particular, an employee came in, she had her phone, she wanted to show me a picture, but I was like 60 seconds away from starting a Zoom meeting. So I said, oh, I'm so sorry, I can't talk right now. I've got this, and oh, she said, oh, sorry. And she stepped out. I closed my door for the meeting. Well, when that meeting was over, I happened to be walking through the lobby and I saw her, and it dawned on me, oh, you know, so I stopped and I said, oh, I'm so sorry that I had to cut you off like that. Well, she had a brand new grandchild, a brand new grandbaby that was born, and she wanted to show me pictures. And I'm so glad that I remembered to stop and talk to her about that. So I guess I've got the introverts and I've got the extroverts, and I've got those needy employees that just need that extra pat on the back. And my goodness, it doesn't hurt me a bit. It doesn't hurt me a bit to go to that extra thank you and oh, I see that you went outside and did all of the door handles all around the building. Thank you so much for that. You know, it's not a big deal. But to that employee, it was really a big deal. You guys have any questions for me?
Oh, I'm sure. Sorry,
we're
we're all just like, oh, we're all just like admiring you, Shelli.
Oh, no.
Zen or Karen, comments or affirmations for Shelli?
Yeah, I'd love to jump in, Shelli. One of the things that you did so naturally that I'm hoping people take away from this is just what you told us over and over. You just focused on that employee. It does not matter what level the employee or what type of work that you're doing. Your time is absolutely the very best gift that you can give to employees. I'm a big believer in carrots and sticks don't work, but respect and time does. And so I just want to applaud you for that. Because as you've told us the stories, I feel like, and tell me if this is true, that your employees have stuck, that they've become more resilient and more loyal to your organization because of that extra effort. Is that what you're feeling now?
Very much so. And taking pride in the hotel.
Shelli, thank you for sharing your story.
Very true.
Thank you so much for joining us. We just adore you, and we're so grateful to have you in our community. And of course, Karen Gross and Zen Perry, thank you again for talking with us about employee engagement and just sharing your wisdom and knowledge. So again, this is Karen Miller with BillingsWorks, and this is your Employee Engagement Through Change mini-series. We will continue to bring you short little snippets so that you can be sure to keep your team leaning in right now and being productive through this time of change. So we look forward to seeing you through a screen soon. Thanks.
Thank you.